Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Moment at Moments Art. Sorry, my audio was mute. Anyway, the today's class is second class of the spring, and it's about landscape painting and watercolor. So, all right. So let's. I'm gonna go and start the class quickly because last week was I started a little bit longer, so it was late last week. So, all right, let's go. Let me see where's the image. Let me put the image on the desktop so you guys can see what we are working on today. Okay, let's get the image of the that painting I will be doing today. Okay. Basically, this is that today's topic is a landscape, and landscape painting involves anything like a lake or you go on the mountains and trees, and so that type of painting I will be doing. Let me just give me. I will be putting this here. Okay, there you go. This is the. Let me put a full screen painting so you guys can understand. I will discuss a little bit that what we're dealing today. Okay, let's put this full screen. Okay, here. There you go. This is the painting we are gonna do. This is actually I did in one of the demos also before, so that's a copy of that. This is a Lake Wilcox in Richmond Hill, Ontario, and it's a very beautiful, nice lake up north here in Richmond Hill. It's called Oak Ridges Lake Wilcox, Oak Ridges. So if there's a canoe club at the back, I did. You can see the hut or office, or this is a canoe club here at the Lake Wilcox Park, and yeah. So I'm gonna change a little bit to bring some more stuff in the foreground, and maybe we can put some other make painting look more busy. So let's get started, and I will be sketching this painting first, and then we will perform the watercolor, how to render the water, the how to control the light, why I put the dark trees in the background, that type of stuff I will explain as I go, render this painting. So let me just put this smaller on the screen, and then we will start the class actually. Okay, there you go. So is there on the top, and if somebody wants to work with me, that's fine. You can follow me, and we can work together. Or if you don't wanna, that's fine. You can just watch it. All right. So this is the paper I have. I always explain that I keep the paper, a little bit portion of the paper for myself to test some colors and everything. So what I will do, I will paint here. This will be my painting. Try to practice these lines and everything. It helps you in a drawing process, not just going and randomly draw the line. So just try to make a practice, uh, draw a straight line, right? And it will help you if you are interested in doing some drawing and sketching. So let me explain quickly some of the stuff before we go and jump on the painting. And so this painting is about a little bit about the light, the contrast, and the foreground. It's not a very busy painting. It's very simple and easy painting. So what I will do, the first thing when you're dealing in the landscape or cityscape or seascape, you need to see where the horizon line is. So I would put here, I can put it here, so it'll be a less uh, the foreground, right? If I put it here, then it will be a more foreground and less sky. So you want to make sure that how much stuff, excuse me, how much stuff you have here in the foreground. If you have need to cover more space, you need to have more the midground, the foreground space. You need more, right? If you need more, you painting the sky, you have a shallow type of foreground or midground, and you don't have much stuff here. Then you are planning to put more sky like this and then less foreground. I can still use this, it's not a problem, but uh, and yeah, you know what, let me use this. Actually, I will keep the hut will a little bit up, right on the horizon line, not at the on the midground, or I mean like on the foreground, like so it will be here. Maybe I can put some boats here, which I have enough space to put boats and other stuff here. So let's divide the canvas paper up to here. This is my horizon line where the water, the earth and the sky is meeting together. And I will put a this club, the canoe club or hut, whatever you call it, quickly. I'm gonna change it the position a little bit because it's kind of from the sideways. I will let it look a little bit here. Some random stuff. Put a window. Not much. It's a very simple type of drawing, like a pontoon going in a water. Pontoon, and there's a one boat. I will put this canoe here, and I will lean the canoe a little bit toward me so I can see the top part also. So you need to practice. Let's say you said, okay, I don't know how to draw the boats, right? So if you have a problem here in the some kind of a geometrical shape you cannot draw, then what you do, you go here on the paper or on the side, you just draw something quickly first and practice here before you go jump into your painting. You can practice here like that. You draw and first you draw and you see if okay, if the drawing is good and you say, okay, I'm good with this and it's working fine, then you grab a small brush. Let me grab, oh, the brushes are here at this side. I will grab this number. This is a Fabriano. The paper is a rough surface, cold press, and it has a 100% cotton. And I have this my tool, the paper towel in my hand. I clean my brush, make sure my brush is clean. And this is a number 14 company called Fu Mui. I bought it from Amazon. If you want to try, good brushes, but last time I used it, it doesn't, because it's a synthetic, right? It's not a natural hair, so it doesn't hold a lot of water. So, but the brush is good actually. It's got a nice tip, and you can work bigger washes and you can work with the smaller washes. So, okay, so here I have the board is here, and I will pick up some cadmium orange, very thick cadmium orange. You don't need to put a lot of water, especially when you're working on the small object like this here and there. So you need to have make sure the brush is very dry, not loaded with lots of water, but lots of pigment. So I will go put some dry brush marks like that. Work with the tip of the brush, with the side of the brush, both. You can work with the bone, and it works really good when you have less water, and you try to cover more, like small stuff like this in your painting. And these brushes works really good. And then I would put a little bit mask here on the board just to create more. And then I will go pick up some sepia color, which is a dark brown color, and I will put some here under the board to create more. I'm working on a wet into wet. So what happened when you put a dark color? I just put a light color, which is a cadmium orange. Now I'm creating some light here. So if I put a dark color here underneath, it will it will start blending into the dark light color, right? Because it's already wet. That's how you work. And we'll get some water because brush is really dry. It was so dry it wasn't picking up the color from the palette. So here, there you go. And I will put some here, a little bit at the edge of the mask. You don't want to paint the whole thing, right? Otherwise what happens if you uh, put the dark color all over, so this will creating a double work for yourself. Like you put an orange mark, then you put a sepia color, which is the dark brown. Then it will be that hard work will be gone. Make sure whatever you layer you put in, try to let it peek from the back. So it helps you to uh, look your painting much better than you just covering the previous layer by putting another layer. So not a very good idea. So here I clean my brush. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush, and I'll get some cadmium yellow and mix in the sepia color. It give me a nice yellow ochre type or raw sienna type of color. So here, and I will put this here. Let's clean it up a little bit more, and then so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can practice. This is a more fun, like instead of going in a big painting, you can work in a small work like this. So this is how you work, right? A small uh, area, and go into the practice this, like how to draw certain things. If you have some difficulty of drawing this, and instead of ruining your painting just because you don't know how to draw this, and you are just working on this painting, and at the end you kind of a little bit problem with drawing this, right, the board and a small house like that. So you can do this, and then once you understand the procedure, like how you uh, uh, do the work, small work, and then you understand and say, okay, this is fine. I'm happy with that. This is I can do this here. So now you can go and work here. Okay. I want to a little bit more explain about the washes. I always does, and you know how the washes work. The flat wash, you put let's say I pick up a cadmium orange. So just on the side of the painting, not even that practicing some colors. And you can practice if you are new to the watercolor. You can practice the flat wash like this, right? You put a I have a nice cadmium orange in my palette, so it works really good. It's a little bit opaque. It's not very transparent, so the flat wash works really good when you have a more opaque color, right? So I put it like this, And this is the flat wash, simple flat wash, right? Now I want to make a graded wash, so I will put a little bit mark here on the top, and I will really push my brush against the paper, right? And I will release some water from the brush and make this wash a little bit lighter. So you keep going. This is the one way of doing it, of the graded wash, right? You go pick up some color, push it back on the top. I will show you on the when I paint the painting and do the sky. I will show you what it is, how to work in the graded wash. So here, this is the graded wash, and the third one is a very graded wash. So you put a cadmium orange, or you know what I will use. Let me use the red color, a cadmium red, because this way we can here. I put a cadmium red right on the, it doesn't need to because it's just a practice, right? Just to show you how to blend colors and what is a very graded wash. So I put a red color, then I will pick up some cadmium yellow, let it bleed just to touch the border of the cadmium red. And cadmium red will run into cadmium yellow, and it create a nice orange color at the border. Okay, and I will go, if you mix too much, right, it will become a gray color, right? So you don't want to do that. Now I will pick up, let me pick up some Prussian blue. Prussian blue works really good on this type of, here. I just touch the border of the yellow, and I'm not gonna go too much, right? And I will back down. I go back, and that's it. If you need to work very fine work, this brush can be used with the fine work. This brush can be used with a big washes. So if you are planning to do a small work, you keep your brush, hold the brush like this, right? And you just go with the tip like that. You go with the tip, very fine. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on the brush. Just go very slowly. You put on the paper, and you can make a nice beautiful sharp marks here. Let me just go, let me do the cross edge, I mean the mesh. So you can tell, right? See, it's a big brush, right? Number 14. So that's a good thing of the brush also, because it has a nice fine tip, so, right? So you can work smaller, and then like I did here, like you can work a big type of work also with this. So here, let's clean it up a little bit, this board more. So here, this is the practice to before you go into the painting. Small stuff, let's say you have problem with the drawing this, you can put this here. Draw, 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 draw. There's a always draw, because that will train you for the big paintings and more final work. So here I put this shack here quickly. Let's put a chimney here, and then I will pick up some color. Let me clean, because I have the Prussian blue in my brush, cadmium orange, and I will put some sepia color, right, for the dark values, and I will go very not too much color, just some more water, so I can change the consistency of the color, right? I put, again, I'm using the brush very small work, so I would put like that, right? Let's make the roof more orange. I pick up some orange, cadmium orange, sharp marks with the edge of the brush. Leave some white marks so it can be used for some other reason always. And then I will put some here. Now I will grab some very dark sepia color at the background, so it will create more contrast to this house. Practice this also, because this will help you to build the contrast in your painting also. Now I'm gonna grab some lemon yellow, right? lemon yellow, and I will put some here on the background, create some trees. So I made the shack, and I'm making a small painting at in the background, so it will show like kind of a little bit complete painting. You can go around here. See, it bleeds here into the roof of the house. It's not a problem. No big deal. So let me get some green color. I have some sap green in my palette, so let's use the sap green straight. Sometimes you get lazy, you don't want to mix colors, so you can use straight from the tube, no problem. And I will put some trees here. Okay, there. I'll block this. Right. Get this tree a little bit going up. Let me grab some French ultramarine. I have a bad habit. I put a green color. Never do that, please, because if you put a green color in your French ultramarine and any blue color, it create a problem for you, right? You're contaminating the colors. Let's put some edge here so it will be a little bit dark color, create more contrast to our painting, and a little bit here, keeping the white of the paper. I hope you guys remember what this is. So keeping the white of the paper is the most important. And yes, if you don't know, you can go back on my previous videos. I explain over and over so how to work keeping the white of the paper. Now I put some French ultramarine in a sepia. I need a very dark color so I can do a small work like a gate or something of this shack. A little bit put on a chimney, put on the edge of this roof so it create a little bit shadow. And this the window, let's put a little bit dark value here to create more contrast. A little bit at the edge of the roof like that, and there you go. This is how I control the light, right? The light is coming from here, right? And I keep the boat in the picture. And you can, if you want, you can go around the boat and bring these trees like this here in the painting. You can go create more contrast and put this dark green color at the edge of this on the top of the board, and it create a nice painting like that. So small painting, small stuff. Let's say you don't know how to work in a small stuff, you can create a nice small painting like this. Although proportion wise is not very good because the shack is small, the boat is too big. So although it's just two separate things, but just to want to show you what it is, right? So how you work on this type of stuff. Okay, let's move on to the painting. Otherwise, we'll be doing all this small work today. So I hope you understand how to mix green color, how to do blending, graded wash, flat wash, and graded wash and very graded wash. Work small stuff with the brush, and how to control the light, how to draw small stuff. Okay, let's start this painting. So I didn't draw these trees and everything in the background because it doesn't require any sketching skills, right? So I will leave it. I'm going to do it with a brush. Yes, the pontoon, the boat, and the shack. I need that, the canoe club. I need that because otherwise you can draw. You can draw with this, but it'll be a little bit challenge for you if you're not familiar about the drawing. So I will put some water. We're gonna make the sky looks beautiful because we have more space for the sky. So I will put some water, a little bit water, and I will grab some the Persian blue, put it like that randomly here, there, right there, there, and I'll take some water and let it go up to all the way in, and I will get some cadmium orange, not too much, don't put too much, and I will mix with cadmium yellow so I can get a nice beautiful orange color. So here I will put a little bit here at the edge, change the consistency of this white, the blue color, the Prussian blue I put it. Keep the heart open, you don't want to paint on the heart, right? And I will get some French ultramarine or cobalt blue, mix it up in this, actually I'm going to use this later. Let's use this French ultramarine a little bit to make the sky a little darker on the top. And I will put some dark value here because I need this the trees, and I left some white, as you can see. Let me just zoom in. See that white, I left it purposely because these houses on the edge, I'm going to use this white of the paper for the houses. So let's put some more French ultramarine on the top so we can create more drama in the sky. This is the time the wash is very vulnerable, right? Like you don't want to put a water or something on your wash. If you put a water or something, then it will be a problem. Then you cannot fix that problem because it's unless you put a really opaque white color. So that would be only solution you have. Otherwise, if you put a little bit water on your painting at this stage, then it will create a problem for you. Then it's very hard for you to fix it. Okay, so let's keep it here. I don't want to go too dark because French ultramarine sometimes it doesn't turn into uh, light color. It stays its consistency even though it dry, it still looks the same. So you have to be a little bit careful with the French ultramarine. Okay, I got my sky done, right? I put some water, I put some cadmium orange and cadmium yellow mix. Although if I put too much here, then because of the Prussian blue, it turned into green color. So you have to be careful. If you wanna, you don't wanna get a green color in the sky. You work with the French ultramarine and mix with the cerulean blue or Prussian blue. That will create the not a green color here at the edge, right? It will be stay as a little bit grayish color because the French ultramarine has a little bit more red in it, so it doesn't turn into the green color. Is considered as a warm color, so it is a warm blue color. Let's get this foreground done. I'm gonna go grab some cadmium yellow, little bit cadmium orange, right? And I will put some, let's put some foreground, make some that the shore or beach, something, whatever. Not painting on the board. A little bit here, okay. Keep the board open like I did with the house. I'm not painting on the board. Let's put some dark. You can mix it up right here on the palette. You put some, mix it up, get some dark, and put some orange color also if you want a more burnt sienna type of color. You can mix that too. And but I don't need that too much, so I will put a little bit here because where the light is not going, and I'll put some underneath the boat also, and just a little bit here and there. But most of it I use the paler type of white color. You don't need to come all the way down here. You can make the painting a little bit kind of a loose type of painting, loose work if you want to keep this here. So I will go the shoreline. I will create some ridges here on the shoreline, right? Like water, like that. Cutting it out and bring it down here. Get some dry brush marks. Leave some white patches. I can use this later on for some any other reason. The pontoon, I will go put some more cadmium yellow in the orange mix, and I will put some color into the pontoon also. Let's make it a little bit brown color, which is the I use almost the same color into the in foreground also. Let's put some here. Let's make it. You can put some dark sepia color, and you start putting some color here, like right away, and create some more depth into your painting and uh, expose this painting to the light. But I wouldn't be worried too much. You can work in the wet into wet, and let me put a paper here. It's kind of a distraction. Actually, here, oh no, I want to put something that it won't be in the way, right? Let's put a white paper actually. Let's put a white paper. What is this? Here. It will be a kind of distraction with this here. I'll put it here. Okay. So I got okay, so here I will put more since it's in my brush. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush because it for me is holding and pointing the tip it kind of a little bit challenge. So I will put this here, and I'm gonna leave this brush and I'm gonna use some other brush for the small work. Let's put some dark color at the back of this shack. I don't wanna erase that paint out of the brush. Make the shadow of the boat. Let's clean my brush. Let's get this soften the edge. Make this wash instead of hard edge. Make a little bit graded wash here, right? And that's it. So now the second thing is I will go get some cadmium yellow, and I will mix this nice green color, which I put some French ultramarine, the sap green, and I put some cadmium yellow, so I can have this nice green color for the trees in the background. Same brush I'm using, just with the tip of the brush I'm working. Then I push the brush more if I need a bigger marks on the paper, and I mix it up with this brown color at the back, right? And I will go over. Let's erect a nice little bit chimney here also on this hut. So, and with the tip of the brush, again, I use some little bit marks of the trees, a little bit more. Feel like not just a one mark, right? Just kept this tree like that. And I will use this white of the paper which I leave it earlier. I'm gonna go get some more sap green and change the color of this and I will see that blue color I have. I get a little bit left it here, make a little roof here of these houses in the distance in a background. So here, there, the trees here, like put some trees here. This is a little bit kind of a jewelry work here. So here, let's put another house. Make another house here. Put the trees, and I will make this uh, background more shallower as it goes up here, right? So because the lake is turning, so and it's getting farther and farther from us. Here, see the white patch I had, I can use for anything. Just to leave it, maybe a boat or something, right on this other side of the lake. So I'm working on these trees still. Get some houses here, another house, another house. As trees get shallower and shallower. A little bit here, there. These houses, and that's it. Too much because I can we can have so many houses at the edge. Otherwise, there'll be too many houses, which is fine. It's not a problem, but because it is so small, you don't need to worry about. If you want the trees to be going like this, that's you can do that also a little bit. Big tree, small tree, you can have that also in your painting if you want to do that. That's fine. But I would keep it a little bit more, yeah, up and down, up and down. So here, let's get some bigger trees here also. There you go. I think this is enough for the trees. Now let's get some nice dark gray color by mixing the sepia and my French ultramarine. And I will put some dark color here at the edge because the light is getting less at the edge of this trees, and I will put some and get some green color. I will get some nice dark green color. So if you someone asked me in the class last week that if you make the green color more darker, what do? The first thing I would do, I would put any cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, or French ultramarine, get the color dark. If put a gray color or black color into the green color, it will turn maybe in a more grayish type of color, which is people call muddy color. It's not a muddy color. It's a more like a brownish gray color, because the green color has a yellow and blue, right? And if you put a gray color, which is a Payne's gray or something, it's already a mix of three colors. So basically, you're mixing all three colors again, right? And without knowing what's the ratio there. So what happened? It turned into green. But when you put more blue into yellow, let's say green color is already a mix of yellow and blue. So you pushing more green color in it and not the red color, which you did in a Payne's gray. Payne's gray is a three color: red, yellow, and blue, right? But the green color is only blue and yellow. So if you put more blue in it, it will become more darker. Depends on what type of color are you using. What type of blue. But for sure, it's not gonna change the consistency of the color too much. Like it's not gonna get gray or something, but it will turn that green color into a nice, beautiful, sharp green color, not a like a muddy color or something. Okay, so just be careful. Those things are very important. You have to pay attention. Otherwise, your painting get muddy, right? Or the gray color, brownish gray color. This is what happened with a lot of people, and they get confused. They said, "What's happening?" I just use. Someone said that put a little bit dark color or Payne's gray or lamp black or any color that will turn my green color into dark green color, which is not the case. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Okay, let's put some wet into wet. Let's get some variation in this tree, and I put a little bit, just a dab here, there, a little bit, maybe here also, right at the edge of this, maybe shrubs here. Let's put some here also, and I'm going to clean it up later on. Actually, you know what? There's a river here on the where the lake is forming. There is a small piece of rivers are coming that makes a lake, right? So we can put some water here, but we don't have time for that. We only have 20 minutes left for the this demo, the class. Let's put some green color. I mean dark color here. I mix it up with the and my French ultramarine and the Viridian green. Let's get some Viridian green straight, and I will start putting some Viridian green right on the paper, not mixing up with any other color, so I can create more depth, more drama to these background trees and all that, right? There you go. I think I don't want to do too much, otherwise I'll be working on these three all night today, all day today. So here, okay, so done. I think this is it, and I will work now. I'm going to work on the water. That's a very important thing, and I will use some Prussian blue. You make sure that you mix it up with the nice and clean surface here there, and I will keep my brush. This is, you have to watch it if you are new to the class. You make sure that I that's what I do. That's how I make the water. I keep my brush here and I'll go like that. So you want to come from outside to inside, right? Like that. So once you come from outside and you create some dry brush marks, it will create a nice sparkle in the water. If you want to work like that, it's up to you. You can work other way around. It's not a problem, but this is what I try to create, and I go a little bit, drag my brush on the paper and create a nice sparkle again, and here, there you go. If you want a more dark here on the water, you can go get some French ultramarine or get some more the Prussian blue, and you can put it here at the edge, and it will create some more dark value here, like that. Here you can put some here, put here. So done. The water is done, and I will create this a little bit more. Let's get some purple color. I'm gonna mix with the the Prussian blue and a cadmium red. It gives me a nice purple color. I need some purple color, so I can go here, put it here, there, right under the pontoon, the casting a shadow. So I will put some here, and a little bit, just a ripples in the water here, there. Not too much. I don't want to go too much because we don't have time. And this purple color I will use for these houses is a casting shadow. Just put a little bit again the white, and it create a nice effect of the of this shadow on the. Now I will put some gray color here because the light, I'm assuming, coming from here. So I will put some gray color here to create the light, right, on the side of the house. A little bit dark at the edge, create some more. Create more light under the pontoon. I will go a little bit dark because it's as it reaches to the shoreline, it get darker. So the less light is going. So here is less light. Here is separate from the water, and it get a little bit is rising. So I will keep this as a it's on the and I will create some shadow also, these pillars in the water. So create a nice effect of the water. Here, let's put some more dark color here. Not too dark, otherwise they will be separate from the rest of the painting. So don't put too dark colors here, otherwise it will be a little bit look awkward, right? Like it's just too much color. So here, okay, and most of this done. I will put some cadmium orange on the roof, so keep the roof more separate from the rest of the house. Here, let's get some cadmium yellow, get some more, change the consistency of the orange. Keep this, the front of the roof a little bit light, and then I will erect the chimney also, make the chimney red. Use this cadmium orange, just put it here in the background, a little bit here, there. Okay, so I think let's get some sepia color. I want to put it here so I can create more depth, more. And let's put some here on the distance houses or something, right? Let's put a door and the the windows, or maybe a mass of the boat, like that small mass here. There, boats are parked. People, although there's no sailboats here in this lake, but I will put it for my composition, right? Okay, so the board, I will get some, I'm gonna keep the board white, but I will get some red color, right, cadmium red, and I will make a mark here so I can have some color of the board, the structure of the board, right? I'll put a line on the board like that, a little bit fancy work, and I'll keep the board white. Actually, I don't want to go put a color in the board. Let's get some green color. I would put a the second line I would create with the green color. Very small type of work, kind of a little boring, but if you like that type of color, you will enjoy. And in the cavity of the bone, I will use my nice gray color, and I will create some light here also. Put some dark here, there. Let's put some dark value in the cavity of the board, so it creates some more depth into the painting. And I can put some cadmium yellow also, of course. Let's bring some color into this board, right? So pick up some color. I put a little bit extra water in it. I will pick up some color from here. There's too much color into the board. And a little bit a mass or something, right? It's not a sailboat or something. And I will put a harness here with this mass here. Harness the board a little bit. I need a more water because although it's okay, it's a dry brush mark. The more wispy is better, but I would just go, and then the back of the board create more contrast by putting a more dark value here, right? So the board will show, and the door. Let's do the door since I have the a dark color in my palette in my brush, and the window on the side. Let's do two windows. There's some stuff sitting on the side of the building. Let's make some maybe a lifeguard stuff. Maybe just orange, with life jackets and all that, right? Create more painting, look more busy. Give you a look of the place where we what we painting. Okay, now I will let this board dry, right? I'm not going to touch this board again because it's these two marks on the board is already wet, so we don't want to touch too much, otherwise it will create a problem. Now let's create some another layer here on the beach. I want to get this more like a, get some uneven surface type of beach. So okay, here, there. Okay, I think let's put some in the background also because kind of boring because it's all green color. So let's mark some of the houses a little bit more uh, like a color, sand color. Some let's show some beach there. Now I will go put some dark color here because the boat is kind of submerging into the light color, so I want to make sure the boat looks more visible, so I will put a little bit dark color here at the other side of the boat on the beach. Make it beach a little bit more dark so we can see our boat clearly, right? Otherwise the boat will be going into the unless if you want to make a board more darker by just using this sepia color, put a like the trim is casting shadow, and the cavity you put more dark color, which I won't do. So the otherwise the board kind of look like isolate. I mean like submerge into this the that what do you call that the background color. Now I will go, actually I'm going to stop here. Let's get some green color with these shrubs and all that in the foreground. I will clean it up more So let's see how much time we have. Well, we have 10 minutes. We have lots of time. So put some these very sharp mark with the same brush I'm using. A little bit sharp marks here there and create more these hedges or some small bushes. Just create more interest to your painting right here. Let's put some here. And that's it. I don't want to do too much. Otherwise, let's clean this up because this doesn't look very good. I will clean this. This is okay. And on the side is fine. You know, like if I go get some green color and here on the side is okay. So I will keep my brush like this, right? And I will get this up to here. This is permissible. This is looks very good as a composition point of view, and it looks good too. It's not interfering anything in a balancing your painting also. A little bit dark color, cast shadow of these bushes a little bit and make the more contrast in your painting. Okay, so I think I will stop here and let's get some little bit dark color here with these trees, bushes here in the foreground. And now lastly, I'll grab some gray color and I will put carefully with this board. I will go a little bit gray color onto this board until up to the end, so it create a nice light because the light is coming from here and the board is white. So the side of the board like a house, it'll be a gray, and the front it will be a light. So that's how you create the light. That's how I keep the board white because it's too much going on here in the painting. So I want to make sure that everything, because it's a small painting. If it is a big painting, you can do some more stuff, but since it's a small painting, I don't want to create too much interference here. Let's do a little bit dark value here where the bushes are. Create some more depth into the painting and create some more interest also. So let's pick up this dark value is too much dark and it creating like a spot or something here. Now the ripples of the water, I will put a little bit dark value underneath the ripple because they are casting a shadow also. So not much, but a little bit, and it's fine. Okay, let's leave this brush alone. I don't need that brush, and let me grab my nice, beautiful dagger brush. I'm gonna get some white color. So we're gonna add some more since we have a little bit more time. So I will use this opaque color, put some water because it's very dry. So I need some color, so I will put some more. I have a bad habit. You don't need to do that. You should put on the side and mix it up, but that's fine. And now I will go put some more white here on the front of the board, so it create more light right here on that harness at the edge of the pontoon. I will put some color, the white streak. Actually, it's too much. Little bit more water in it. Make sure when you're working on the smaller stuff, like I will go. I'll try here first, right? See now, see is getting me a nice sharp mark, so I can use this as a here. Let's create some ripple in the water, and let's make some these boards here in the background. Got the harness, we put it the mass. It we need some kind of too much. It's still too much water in my brush, so I will get some color out. A little bit edge here. You can clean it up a little bit more. This something sitting on the side of this and the rope. I will go another round on the rope and make it a little bit wide, so it create a depth into my painting that is coming from here and is going here. I will show you. Actually, I'll zoom in and at the edge of this these straws also there. A little bit, not too much, right? Otherwise it will show right away. This is not we are here for the painting. Here, a little bit white here, and this mass here. Let's put one here, and then create a boat. That's a small boat, not too much. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll be kind of a little bit challenging for you. So I wouldn't do too much. So a little bit is okay. And then if you want more, you can go create some kind of a reflection in the water of this boat and the mass. It create a nice water effect for you. It create and these houses also. There's white patches. You can create some shadow, and it looks really good if you have time and you can handle this by putting some white color at the edge and create a shadow into the water, right? Okay, so here let's put some edge of the pontoon, and the boat is done. I have the white color. I will go grab some little bit more dark color so I can just put in front of the boat and create more contrast into the boat so it'll show more, right? Just a little bit, not too much. Maybe something is sitting here casting a shadow, right? Maybe a pole or something. I don't want to do too much because that's casting a shadow, and it created contrast here on the board. Just put an orange mark. It looks like a pontoon or something to harness the something harness the boat, right? And not too much. Let's put some white in it. Create some light. We don't want to get a lot of distraction here, right? At the There you go. So, and it doesn't look too bad, right? So I help to bring some dark value into the painting up to here at the edge of the board, from here, from this piece, and it create a nice the shadow, dark shadow, which is goes against the board, and the board lit up more, right? They get more contrast to the board, which is the our focal point, right? And I will put a little bit more white, create more uh, contrast in the board. So this is it, and let's get some birds here also. Get some nice, very like here. I will put on the right on the lake, one here, one there, maybe one here also. If you want, if you think a sky is more empty, you can put some here on the sky also, and that's it. I wouldn't do too much, otherwise it'll be the painting keep going and going. Right? Let's put some shade of this birds also in the water, so it shows that they are flying too close to the shore, the lake, and I will put some little bit dark color underneath their body, so it creates some depth into there. I'll show you actually. I'm going to zoom in, and I'll show you what it is. Okay. I think that's it. That chimney cast some shadow, a little bit dark color, which is not a very good color here. Let's take it off. Just use a wet brush and dry this out. And this window also is kind of a little bit too dark. The door, I'll make it a little bit more grayish. Pontoon is good. This thing is here. Let's get some value here. Make another one so it balances it out, right? Not too much, otherwise it'll be a problem. So here, painting is done. Let me zoom in, and I'll keep this open now because we have this is our steady work, right? Let's take this. Everything is off from here. All right, and let's zoom in to the painting so you can see. Let me just take this off from the screen because we don't need that. Here, gone. Here, so I'm gonna take this painting closer to the camera. It'll be a you know what? Let's zoom in. Zoom in actually. So we can see small things right here. There you go. So here the distance, the boards, the reflection in the water, these birds, I put it a little bit underneath at the wings, create more volume, more depth into it. And the sparkle in the water, it looks beautiful. You can see that without working so hard, I just drag my brush from the right side. This is the beauty of the painting basically. That's the beauty of the watercolor. So if you can handle this, that makes your painting like glow. Like that's how you create very nice painting. And the sky, I put some French ultramarine on the top, and I soaked my paper a little bit because I need a soft wash, soft edges right here, soft washes. I don't need to work, and I left some white here for the clouds or something, right? That's what I do in all my painting. If you don't like that, you can take it off, no problem. That you can keep it very smooth. Like just go over another brush stroke, and it will be look like that. And the trees, I mix it up the sap green, cadmium yellow, some sepia color, French ultramarine. So important part to discuss in this painting about the green color. If you want to make your green color dark, you need to put a cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, or French ultramarine blue or maybe you can use a phthalo blue also, or a red shade. So it will create a nice dark green color instead of putting a Payne's gray or a lamp black or other carbon black. What happened, it will be a kind of a dark brown muddy color, so you don't want to go there. And some bushes in the front to create more interest, right? here in the foreground here in the foreground, you can do that. It create more like a lake effect, right? And then of course our boat is there. I kept it white so it'll be more prominent as compared with the background, because the background is dark. Either you do the boat dark, right, and the background light, or you do the boat, the subject you are trying to paint light and background dark. So that's how it works to create a contrast. If I make it both almost same color like this, then you won't see, right? You won't see it. Unless, then you need to create a lot of dark shadows and values here and there to create that boat the out of that wash, right? So, and the heart is I put some I draw a pontoon boat, and this is, you should understand how to draw these things. If you have problem drawing this, you can go separately and you can try draw this like I did here on this on the work, and how to create the flat wash, the graded wash, how to blend colors, the very graded washes, and how to work with the brush, right? Like a big brush you have, you can make a small marks with the brush. So go back to painting. So here I cast some shadow because I'm assuming the light is coming from this side, right? So what happened when the light at the front of the house is lit up, the side is kind of a little dark, and then you see I didn't wipe it off the draft. I put it right with the pencil. I didn't erase it because I like to keep it. If you don't want to, you can erase it. Let me see if I can erase it and what happened. Since we have a little time, let's erase. Make sure that painting is dry and there's no water, otherwise it'll be a problem, right? So let's erase this draft, and there you go. So now there's more white, more it looks better than before. So it create more like a more abstract type of work here, not very tight, the edges and everything, which is fine. I like that type of work. I can erase here in the board also because there was some sketch here on the board. So that's a painting, today's painting, and I hope you learned something here out of today's class. And next week it will be draw the cityscape, basically the cityscape I did. Oh no, the seascape basically. I will paint seascape, and then I'll show you how to do like let me just go zoom in a little bit so I'll keep the painting on the screen. There you go. So this is the today's painting. We'll be dealing in seascape. So how to make boulder, how to make foam of the crushing wave on the water, and that type of stuff. I will go step by step and like I did here, and I will repeat the same thing with the washers, like how to control washers and everything, how to create a nice, you know, more. This is a more calm type of water. Then I will be dealing in the seascape more rough type of water. So how to create roughness in the water. Okay. All right. So see you next week. Hopefully. Like I said, please subscribe the channel if you didn't subscribe the channel yet, and leave a comment below so I can answer your questions. And I'll see you next week. And thank you for being here. Take care.